Welcome back to Rejuvalife Vitality Institute of Beverly Hills. Today we'll be discussing Smart Lipo and the differences between Smart Lipo and liposculpture. We hope Dr. Berger's expertise will help enlighten you on your choices of either one. Hi Dr. Berger, thank you for joining us again today. What we would like to know is what is the difference between liposculpture and Smart Lipo?
Well, CC, the Smart Lipo is a newer procedure that's done with a laser. And this laser is amazing because not only does it melt the fat to give you that nice reduction and smooth contour, but it also has the great benefit of tightening the skin as well. And that is an enhanced benefit compared to liposculpture alone, which merely does remove the fat, but doesn't give you as much tightening of the skin as the Smart Lipo procedure does. So a very advanced technology and an amazing new benefit.
Dr. Berger, who's a likely candidate for this procedure?
Well, CC, for Smart Lipo, this is an excellent procedure for people who have, let's say, smaller localized areas of stubborn fat that they want to have reduced to improve the contour of their body to have a nice, smoother line. This is great for people, for example, that have excess fat around the jawline, under the chin, the neck. It's also great for tightening up necks that are kind of sagging and drooping. It's also good for people that have small areas of excess fat, let's say bra bulges, under the arms, upper and lower abdomen, flanks, lower back, hips, saddlebags, thighs, knees, etc. It can be used alone as a standalone procedure for people that have smaller areas of fat. And I always use it now when I do liposculpture, that is removing some of the real big volumes of fat with the suction as a part of the procedure to improve the smooth contour of the skin, and what's really important, real great tightening of the skin. So now the procedure can be used either as a standalone procedure for smaller areas or as a part of the liporeduction procedure with liposculpture, starting with the liposculpture and ending the procedure with the Smart Lipo. So you get a really nice double whammy, state-of-the-art improvement.
So Dr. Berger, briefly explain, how is the procedure of Smart Lipo done?
Well, CC, the procedure is done in the office. It's done under a local anesthetic, so there's no IV and there's no general anesthesia. Patients alert and awake, but very relaxed. We numb the area and then we make a little hole with a needle because the cannula through which this laser wire goes, this laser beam will be going through, is only 1 millimeter in diameter, so it's tiny. So the patient really doesn't feel anything, and it's a painless procedure. While the laser is melting the fat and tightening the skin, the patient's just very comfortable. So we'll go in with the laser after the patient's all numb, and we'll melt the fat, we'll tighten the skin. This will take about an hour to 2 hours, and then the patient will basically just get up after the procedure with no needy recovery, and they'll be able to just walk out and go home, and the procedure will be done. So it's a very efficient, very safe, and very painless type of procedure.
Dr. Berger, what can a person expect out of the longevity of Smart Lipo?
Well, CC, what a person can expect is that when we do Smart Lipo, we're permanently destroying the fat cells. The ones that we're melting are not coming back. So this is a permanent ability to lose stubborn fat. And this will last forever as long as the patient doesn't gain weight. So if you really gain more than 5% of your body weight, 10 or 15 pounds, then you're going to gain weight in areas other than the treated area, and that's going to mean that you're going to possibly have contour irregularities or the fat will go elsewhere. But it's not coming back to the area that we're treating because we're permanently removing those fat cells, and you only have one set of fat cells. You don't get any more as you get older. So it's a permanent solution.
Dr. Berger, once a person has a Smart Lipo, how soon can they expect to work out, assuming that that is part of their lifestyle?
Well, as you see, most of the patients can go back to normal activities the next day. As far as working out is concerned, probably want to avoid jarring kind of exercise, bouncing up and down kind of exercise for a couple of weeks. But, light exercise can be done even, the next day or the day after. Walking around, doing your normal activities is certainly not a problem. You do have to wear a tight compression garment for 3 days after the procedure, so that could be a little restrictive. But other than that, there's no other restrictions. You don't want to be submerging yourself in water, so there'll be no baths or jacuzzis, and you're going to avoid anything that would allow you to be underwater, but you can certainly take a shower the next day and every day thereafter. So as far as exercise is concerned, you can kind of slide right back into regular activities and get back to your normal exercise routine within just a few days to a couple of weeks at the maximum.
Dr. Berger, with the Smart Lipo, is there a chance of swelling and bruising following the procedure?
CC, after the Smart Lipo procedure, the patient will have just a small amount of swelling. I'll call it mild to moderate, and this is normal and will last upwards of a few days to maximum a couple of weeks at the most, where most of it will be gone. And then following that, whatever is left, which is be very slight, will gradually disappear over the next few weeks. As far as bruising is concerned, the patient will usually have either no bruising whatsoever or just a minimal amount of bruising. That is the norm for this procedure. So it's a very nice procedure because the fact that swelling and bruising are not very significant at all.
Dr. Berger, as always, we value your time and your expertise in these areas, and we look forward to seeing you very again soon.
Thank you, CC. I enjoyed talking to you.
Thanks. Thank you for joining us today at Rejuvalife Vitality Institute, where we asked Dr. Berger about Smart Lipo. We hope that the questions that we asked will help you with your answers in regards to Smart Lipo. I'm CC Perkinson reporting for CC Variety TV.